don't lose that punch. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo! Love it. Champ gonna need a new hand. We'll be eating tonight.
Manny Pacquiao has become a beast in his training camp, knocking his sparring partners out and doing severe training sessions at 46 years of age. While the Filipino has been doing more cardio and body conditioning exercises since he began training in Las Vegas, he has now begun boxing exercises today.
You don't lose that punch. Awesome. Fire.
After hitting the punching bags and working on the mitts with his trainer, the boxing legend had a sparring session, which was meant to last 12 rounds, with each round going as long as 3 minutes each. However, the Filipino boxer wanted to show how much of the speed and punching power he still got. In the third round, Manny Pacquiao landed a flurry of punches that pinned his sparring partner on the ropes and wobbled him until he landed on the ground. With this kind of intensity, there's no doubt that he has successfully bridged whatever age difference exists between him and Mario Barrios. With much assuredness, Manny Pacquiao's fans can be confident that the boxing legend will emerge victorious on fight night. With a knockout or unanimous decision victory in view, he has become so much of a beast that even younger athletes can't cope with him. Pacquiao recently flew to Los Angeles to start his camp with longtime trainer Freddie Roach at the famous Wildcard Gym. Just like in his prime years, Pac-Man has been putting on plenty of open workouts to give the media and fans a glimpse of what to expect on fight night. While he is nowhere near the boxer he once was, the lone 8-weight world champion is still able to put together an impressive shadow boxing routine. His fast twitch muscles still appear to be firing, but as we saw with Mike Tyson in his fight with Jake Paul last November, training footage can be deceiving. Working out alongside Pacquiao all the way is his son, Emmanuel Pacquiao Jr., who is set to make his professional boxing debut on the Barrios undercard. Emmanuel is listed as 6'4" in the amateurs on BoxRec, although his full record is thought to be closer to 9'5". He has been learning his trade under the watchful eye of Roach, with Marvin Somoto acting as head trainer. The 24-year-old super lightweight is ironically closer in age to Barrios than his father is. Pacquiao's opponent recently celebrated his 30th birthday, making him 16 years the Hall of Fame inductee's junior. Their upcoming clash will mark Pacquiao's first professional outing since his convincing unanimous decision loss to Yordenis Ugas in August 2021. He was subsequently elevated to full world champion 1 year later when Terence Crawford relinquished the green and gold strap to move up to super welterweight. However, the World Boxing Council has chosen to sanction a world title shot for Pacquiao after recently ranking him at number 5 in their 147 pounds ratings. According to World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman, Pacquiao has been licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and has passed all of the medical tests required to be reissued with a professional license. Yet, several members of the boxing fraternity remain concerned about the potential health implications Pacquiao faces as he gears up to make a comeback. Former Cal defensive back Cameron Bynum is making news by training with boxing legend Manny Pacquiao ahead of his World Boxing Council welterweight title on July 19th, and he opened training camp in Los Angeles last week. Bynum was there to train with the man who is the sports hero of the Philippines. Bynum called Pacquiao "my favorite boxer," forever obviously being half Filipino. Bynum did road work and abdominal exercises with Pacquiao and talked about how demanding it was.
Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me, I'm gonna squeeze by. Thank you. Hello. You good?
This is why he's the GOAT, Bynum said. Bynum was asked, who was the greater athlete, Manny Pacquiao or Tom Brady? Manny Pacquiao, said Bynum. Greater athlete, Manny Pacquiao or Michael Jordan? Manny Pacquiao, said Bynum. Greatest athlete ever. I have no doubt in my mind he is going to get the job done, Bynum said of Pacquiao in his fight with Barrios, even though the 30-year-old Barrios is a heavy favorite.
One right there. 1, 2, 3. One more.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. God bless. Appreciate it, man.
Oh, thank you.
I don't care how old anybody tries to say anything is, like, that's fast for anybody in their prime. Never took a step back. I've been watching him for years. Been my favorite boxer forever, obviously, me being half Filipino, so this is a big moment for me being able to see this in person, but the fact that he hasn't slowed down a step and he's still in crazy shape, and it's only week 1 of training camp for him, so it's really day 1 of him running this hill, and he made it all the way up with ease, and I'm over here trying to...
Bynum tried to stay with Pacquiao during his rigorous abdominal exercises. Bynum did road work with Pacquiao, and during a break, Bynum was asked for his prediction for the fight. Manny, easy, said Bynum round. I say 12, but unanimous UD, said Bynum, predicting a unanimous decision.
26 years old and I struggled getting up here. Thankfully I made it. It was a mind game for me, but the fact that this is routine for him and the whole team, the fact that they can do this, still have to go do the ab workout after, still go do shadow boxing, then got to go back to the gym later. So this is major respect, and this is why people are great, and this is why we see Manny great and still great, and that's why I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to go out there and get the job done.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Great said, but I got to tell you this. I always tell people that Manny at 46 is faster than most 26. You're a professional athlete, top of your game. You're 26 years old. You play for the Indiana Colts.
Right.
The Filipino legend is set to return to the ring at the age of 46 in a controversial WBC welterweight title fight against Mario Barrios on July 19th in Las Vegas, and is leaving no stone unturned in preparation. Manny Pacquiao in the ring has been a selling point for a generation now. Attempting to become the second oldest world champion ever, returning from a 4-year absence and meeting the most vulnerable of all the welterweight champions adds layers of intrigue to his July 19th battle with World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios Jr. at MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. There's an opening for Pacquiao, ProBox TV analyst Paulie Malignaggi said on Boxing Scene Today. 80%, even 70% of Pacquiao beats Barrios.
Fight in front of those fans would be cool.
And now July 19th, it was that potential fight, which to me is a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Or that, Pacquiao has been in the ring for 4 years.
Yeah.
He's coming back, facing Mario Barrios. I mean, have you talked to him? Were you shocked as well with that, that fight announcement happened?
He did mention it to me a while back, but it was kind of in the works too. I didn't really believe it at the moment. I don't think he did.
At 46, the 8-division champion and June Hall of Fame inductee from the Philippines returned to train with Hall of Fame cornerman Freddie Roach last week, launching a highly compelling camp with the fight date looming against the 30-year-old Barrios, February 1st, 29. Former Pacquiao foe and ex-140-pound champion Chris Algieri said on Boxing Scene Today that Pacquiao's recent flat showing in an exhibition boxing match against a kickboxer likely was the result of not training at all. The Manny Pacquiao I'm seeing in the gym looks a lot better, Algieri said. The Manny Freddie footage, a lot of it is nostalgia. They're back together. But on top of the nostalgia, Manny's got to train. At 46, there's lots of scar tissue to work through, and now he's under the watchful eye of Freddie.
Either, but now it's almost official, so I think it'd be pretty cool just to see a friend I grew up with fight a legend like Manny Pacquiao.
It's right for Manny to come back and fight. I mean,
if he feels like he has it in him, then why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different.
Algieri floated the question that will sell this fight as Pacquiao, August 2nd, 62, seeks to top George Foreman and trail only Bernard Hopkins in the oldest ever champion rankings. Does he have enough of this Filipino magic? Algieri asked and sought to answer after getting dropped 6 times by Pacquiao in their 2014 welterweight title fight in China. Manny Pacquiao is special, the best fighter I've ever been in the ring with. There's no one else like him. He's way craftier than people give him credit for. It's not all balls to the wall. Maximizing the effectiveness of an aged Pacquiao is what they're working on in the lab. The concerns are whether Pacquiao can still pull the trigger following his 2021 title loss to Yordenis Ugas, and whether he can take Barrios' best shots. Malignaggi said, "Barrios gets hit with his hands up or down. What I see is a fight where a lot of punches land because Barrios sucks and Manny's old. Who can resist for longer?" Malignaggi asked.
And then why not?
What is your prediction for that fight? Even people saying that at his age, training camp is different. Watching him, do all that is obviously different being in the ring. But how would you break that fight down for us? Obviously, Mario has a height, he has a length.
Yeah. I think Mario is gonna go out there and just put a beating on Manny. I think Manny's a little too old, but he's a legend. He already did what he did, so I really don't see a reason for him to come back. But if he wants to get in the ring with Mario, then I guess Mario has to show him that he has a youth, and Manny Pacquiao should have just stayed retired.
Yeah. That's what a lot of fans are saying.
Yeah.
Knowing Pacquiao so well and considering his history of 3 first-round knockdowns in his first bout against Juan Manuel Marquez, up to his 2019 sudden knockdown of then-champion Keith Thurman, Algieri expects the veteran challenger to start fast. He's going to launch it right away, Algieri said. If he still has a little of that left, he's going to crack Barrios. The punch is the last thing to go. Malignaggi has long been a skeptic of Pacquiao's ability to inflate so effectively by natural means only, and said the 800-pound gorilla is if he performs magnificently at age 46. Age is the ultimate X factor here.
Are still kind of disbelief, but even looking at social media and the fans, they're thrilled just to see him back. So just to have him in the ring, and fighters at that age are not competing.
I think that just says a lot about the type of fighter Manny Pacquiao is, the stardom he has.
If he still has the footwork, he's got a chance to pull off the upset, Algieri said. Barrios is a favorite for a reason. A 46-year-old guy, 4 years out of the ring, didn't look good in the exhibition. It doesn't matter how this fight starts. Barrios could get cut, hurt, knocked down, but he's still in the fight. 12 rounds for a 46-year-old is an eternity, and Manny Pacquiao still has to make weight, which is harder as you get older. Malignaggi is down on Barrios, who inherited the belt when Terrence Crawford moved up to 154 pounds, then fought Abel Ramos to a draw in November.
Still excited to see him fight, so that just says a lot about him and what he's done in his career. So like I said earlier, to see a friend I grew up with fight Manny Pacquiao is just gonna be pretty cool, and it's the same night, so it's a huge night for San Antonio boxing.
Lastly, July, we're also September, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know what the guy's doing here. He should use the right or the right uppercut and work on those defensive liabilities, Malignaggi said. I don't know if he's teachable. Algieri suggested Barrios seek to start fast and stand his ground. Both guys are bound to run into some rough moments, Malignaggi said. Should Pacquiao endure through his to reclaim a welterweight belt, the greatest boxing story ever told will have the rightful conclusion he has longed for.
You wanted to fight Manny Pacquiao. I think you were like 27, 28 when you wanted to fight Pac. Why didn't that fight happen?
I hear so many excuses like they didn't want it, but Freddie Roach on the record saying he didn't want Pacquiao to fight. I just think
boxing icon Amir Khan has expressed surprise and concern over Manny Pacquiao's decision to return to the professional ring against reigning World Boxing Council welterweight champion Mario Barrios, warning that the Filipino legend is one punch away from getting hurt at age 46. Speaking to Mail Sport in Saudi Arabia, Khan weighed in on Pacquiao's much-anticipated comeback after 4 years away from the sport, calling the proposed July showdown against Barrios a good fight. but also highlighting serious risks given Pacquiao's age and recent performances. I mean, it shocked me a little bit, Khan admitted.
When's Amir Khan coming back?
You know, the only person I'll come back for, on a serious note, would be Manny Pacquiao. I would not come back for anyone else. It'd make me train even harder than like a Kell Brook fight because...
I know Barrios really well. He's still young, he still has that fire in his belly, and he will give him big problems. Barrios has been looking really good in his last couple of fights, whereas Manny obviously lost his last fight. Pacquiao last stepped into a professional ring in 2021 when he was outpointed by Yordenis Ugas. Since then, he has participated in exhibition bouts, including a disappointing showing against Japanese kickboxer Rukia Ampo last July, where his 46 years were visibly apparent as he struggled to match the pace. Barrios, by contrast, has remained active and hungry, fighting 5 times since Pacquiao's last professional bout.
And Manny got in touch with me as well. Manny was like, shall we do a fight? He's quite serious about it. He was like, shall we make a fight happen? I go, listen, if you can get a Thunder, if you can get someone like a Turkey and a Sheikh on board, then why not?
There's no, I mean, that must be able to be made that. Yeah. I mean, surely. You do that for the right money, right?
Massive. Look, we've had our best days, and I think I fight.
The 29-year-old Mexican-American claimed the WBC interim title in 2023 by defeating Ugas and was elevated to full champion shortly afterward. Most recently, he retained his belt in a split draw against Abel Ramos on the Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson undercard. Despite the odds, Pacquiao, who won his first world title at flyweight 25 years ago, insists he still has something left to offer the sport. "I want to go out making history," Pacquiao told ESPN, citing his landmark victory over Keith Thurman at age 40 as proof he can still compete with elite fighters.
Fan base and all around the world really, and then obviously myself, I've got a decent fan base as well, so I think it will definitely sell, and people would like to see, when people make comebacks, I mean, people always like to see them, see how the fight's going to be, and me and Manny are probably in the same position. We'd be both being retired for like 3-4 years. I think it will make a good fight.
And you're only 38.
Khan, however, urged caution. "Why does Manny need to come back?" he said. "We both retired around the same time. At least I've got the age on my side. With Manny, I think he's way past that age where we don't want him to get hurt. He's always one punch away from getting hurt. He's only getting older. I'm sure he's nearly touching 45 or something." When told that Pacquiao was actually 46, Khan said, "Wow, so almost 50, older than I thought. So even more to the point." Khan went on to add, "I'm sure he wants to become a world champion. And yeah, looking at him and looking at styles make fights. He has a good chance of winning. But like I said, he's always one punch away from getting hurt. So doesn't he want to just enjoy himself now? He had a hard career all his life. Why not sit back and relax?"
You certainly could box again.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at George Foreman, the late George Foreman. He was a great champion, and he came back. I think he must have been in his late 40s when he come back and won a world title as well. So look, in boxing, it's always that one punch. And at the same time, though, guys, is that I look back and think, do I need to get back in the ring again? You know, we've always been prize fighters. I've always taken punches to the head. It could just be that one punch that hurts you. And
Khan also opened up about his own unfulfilled plans to face Pacquiao in the ring, a mega fight that had long been teased but ultimately never materialized. "It just really didn't kick off," Khan explained. "I don't know, I just didn't hear anything back. Manny didn't hear anything back from the investors."
Look, but it's Manny. Manny's C game, D game is a lot better than a lot of guys' A game. You know, if Manny's coming back, he believes that he can win. You know, it'd be interesting to see. But I just hope that after the last time seeing him inside the ring when he struggled against
he fought Ugas, which Mario later beat.
Yeah, he struggled against Ugas.
Khan and Pacquiao have been touted to fight for years, but the mega fight never materialized. He revealed that although there was serious interest and discussions with potential backers, the financial support never fully came together. There were a few investors that were interested in making the fight, but when we didn't see the funds, we thought we'd leave it. Because at the end of the day, look, we're prize fighters, but we want to make sure that the people putting the money down are 100% legit.
There's been talks about it for a long time that, yeah, he wants to fight again. But I don't know, there's nothing really that materialized from it, you know what I mean? As long as if we can get like a Turkey or a Sheikh or someone to put the money down and persuade Manny to do this, then yeah, it'll happen. But other than that, I don't think it'll
Have you been
happen.
talking? I know you've always wanted.
We know each other. We spoke about it, but it's somewhat about the investment.
If it's someone like Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Bob Arum, or Oscar De La Hoya, you know what's going to happen. But if it's a third party who hasn't done a show before and wants to put the money down, I was just a little bit reluctant to move forward with that. The collapse of the potential bout was a disappointment to fans who had long hoped to see the two face off in a battle of former champions.
A fighter, a younger fighter. Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well, can punch a little bit. Like, he's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come back after this long and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, these old legends, they gotta get beat up.
The two fighters shared a similar trajectory in many ways, both starting as teenage prodigies and both capturing world titles in multiple divisions before retiring around the same period. Though Pacquiao is now set for another title fight, Khan was more hesitant when asked about his own future in boxing.
Amir, what is going on with you and Manny Pacquiao?
I know Manny says he wants to fight. I'll take the fight. I mean, let's make it happen. I mean, look, two retired fighters come back.
It will still do crazy numbers, wouldn't it?
You know that.
The Bolton native, who last fought in 2022, admitted that while he occasionally feels the itch to return, he's unsure if he still has the hunger for the grueling demands of elite-level preparation. I've been out of the game for 3 years now. You do get the itch, but I don't know if I have it in me, And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.